Hiya, biggity boys. So Rainbow has done some funny things in their game that a lot of people have opinions about. Some like it, some don't. I of course am talking about the auto ban system, the brand new spanking new auto ban system that they just it's like old-ish. I'm not entirely sure, like maybe a week. I don't know. But we're gonna talk about that. And I tweeted at Chris Raygun. I don't know if he saw it, but I would like someone of his size to make a video about it. But failing this, I figured I might as well. So without further ado, I'm going to blatantly take his format and hopefully I don't get a DMCA. Hey, you beautiful bastards! I'm sailing away. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Rainbow Six Siege, a game made by Ubisoft, have added a new system to their game that basically, if it sees a racial slur or anything resembling a racial slur, it'll automatically kick you out within 5 seconds. And just to start things off, I just want to clarify, I do not think this is a good system. Now, it's not because, oh no, I can't say the N-word anymore. What am I gonna do? It's about a lot more than not being able to say the N-word. One big issue I have with this system is that it will pick up things that aren't necessarily racist. So things like nibba. You like that? The little funny meme? Oh, did some of you get offended by me saying nibba? Then comment down below if you got offended by me saying nibba. So that I can go and block you from seeing any of the content on my channel because I don't like you. You like raccoons? You want to shorten raccoons to coon? Well, guess what? That is also a racial slur. So you can't say that. And if you say that, you get banned instantly by a computer, whether you're directing it at someone or not. Same with Packy. I didn't even realize this was a slur until this happened. So somebody who lives in Pakistan was playing Rainbow, and they were using text chat. And somebody happened to ask them, hey, where do you live? What's your nationality? And he said, Packy. And then 5 seconds later got banned. Another thing you can get banned for is speaking Spanish. Hey, that's a neat camo you have on that gun. What's that camo called? Oh, black ice. Or in Spanish, hielo negro. Oops! Oops! You just said a racial slur. 30-minute detention for you. Oh, and if you think, oh, well, it's only if you have the game set to English, because obviously in Spanish, you should be able to say black. No, if you have your game set to Spanish, and you say black in Spanish, banned. And obviously this doesn't stop toxicity, because, oh no, you say black in Spanish, you're banned. Oh no, you say raccoon without the first half of the word, you're banned. That's not toxicity. Maybe in some sort of context it would be. Which is why this won't work. The bot has no context in what the word is being used. No matter what the word is. So it can't tell if it's being used in a racist connotation. Because context means something! The bot doesn't recognize context. How could it? It's a bot. But in the sense of is someone being racist or not being racist in what they're saying, context is everything. Contrary to popular belief. That's why this really has to be player-based. If somebody says something blatantly racist, then fine. You want to curb that? Go for it. But you're doing it the wrong way. Make players control it. I don't know if reporting people for toxic behavior does anything. I don't know. I don't see it happen a whole lot. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But if it doesn't, maybe focus on that. So that if you report somebody for toxic behavior, instead of having this dumb bot that just doesn't like certain words, just go in and say, no, fuck you and everything you stand for. It should be based on players reporting. That way, somebody says something that's racist, then the player will see it, and then they can report it if they get offended, as opposed to having this computer get offended for them and getting rid of them immediately even though nothing happened. And I'm telling you one thing right now, is completely useless. Because you know where the real toxicity, you know where the real racism is? It's not in text chat where people are typing innocuous things that don't hurt anybody, but it's in voice comms. In the game. Why would you go and call someone a racial slur in text when you could yell it in their ear? It doesn't make sense. The real toxic people are going to use the voice comms. And besides just using the voice comms, the really toxic people are going to find a way around this system. They're going to find a way to be like, hey, you're a shithead, hey, you're this, that, and the other thing. And it's funny too, because Ubisoft have this mentality where it's like, oh, if somebody gets banned by the system that we have in place, then we need to hang them up like somebody hanging from the gallows. Like, hey, this person messed up. Don't be like them. Don't test us. So you're all treading on thin fucking ice because we're very sensitive about everything. That's the other thing as well. Is not only did they take time to make this system, but they took the time to make this system airtight. They wasted so much time to make sure that, oh, if you space out the letters of a word, you still get banned. If you replace certain letters with other letters that look similar, you still get banned. They wanted to be very, very thorough with it. Which is why they'll never release any sort of list of terms that you should avoid. Because they don't want people to try to work around it. They don't want people to try to brute force their way into still being able to call their teammate an N-word. And again, if you want to curb toxicity, that's fine. Good on you. Make Rainbow less of a shitty game to play by making it so that people aren't constantly being cunts to everyone. I think freedom of speech is a bit more important than feelings, but if you really want to, fine. Just add a profanity filter. Like every other game ever. It just makes much more sense. You've already made the system recognize every variation of every offensive term ever, so why not just make a profanity filter system based on that, as opposed to just automatically banning people and making people not want to play the game? Instead of allowing people to think for themselves and be offended for themselves, they're acting as Big Brother. So it's like, oh, somebody said that. Oh, it's too bad somebody said that because I don't like that somebody said that. Nobody in the game seems to care that he said that, but I don't like that guy said that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of him. Just fuck it. And what kind of boggles my mind, but also kind of doesn't, is that other game developers are praising the system. They're like, yes, wonderful. Remove the freedom of saying innocuous statements. Remove the freedom of speech. Because we don't want people's feelings to get hurt. I know my opinion isn't going to get heard by a whole lot of people. I have this many subscribers who are all great and lovely people, thank you. But it's something that I care about because I like Rainbow. I like Rainbow a lot. But if this goes on, it's just going to go to prove something that I've had a hunch on for a while now, and that is there is no possible way, there's no conceivable way that an ongoing game, a game that continually gets updated and gets extra content for more than 3 years, stays good. or stays anywhere close to as good as it was when it began. It would be nice to see someone big like Chris Reagan make a video about this, though I'm not sure what his take would be. Just to give this topic some exposure would be great. This system isn't inherently evil, but the way that it's being conducted now and the way that it works now certainly is. So if more people talk about it, more people think about it, and more people act, then I feel it might be improved. So that's why, small as I am, and little though it matters, I won't be making any more Siege videos until this is fixed. Now I know I've made 2, but I cannot support people spending money on this game when Ubisoft continues to just do dumb shit to it. Very, very dumb shit to it. Don't say never, because if you do, you're basically Satan, and nobody likes a Satan. That being said, however, I'd like to start an initiative. Ubisoft isn't going to give us a list of words that you can get banned for, but maybe we can. So I'd like to start a list in the comment section of this video. Now, if you test the system and you get banned by a word, and only if you test it and know you will get banned, I want you to go down the comments and put it down, and I'll start us off with a pinned comment that I put myself. And, you know, guys, be creative, be creative. Really, really test the system. Don't just go at it with just a straight-up hard R N-word and just be like, well, I gave it my best shot. Really see what you can get away with. Until next time, I'll see you next time.